Okay, hello, Ann. Before discussing the various projects in which you act in, please introduce yourself. Who are you and why do you like to act?
Hi, Michael. What an absolute joy and pleasure to be here. My name is Ann Pirvu. I am a filmmaker and actress, um, based in Canadian, but I was actually born in Romania. So I have a little bit of like a dual brain. European, I like to think, like European heart and North American brain. Um,
Okay,
and I love everything film and TV, as I know you do. So I'm super excited to be chatting with you today.
absolutely. So tell me, what's the philosophy behind the show Polly is the New Monogamy, which you act in?
He's diving right in. He's like, "What's the philosophy?" I gotta tell you, Michael, it is a very culturally relevant
Mm,
project that I
mhm.
am super proud to be a part of. It's the brainchild of my dear friend Kat Hostick, who has a very unique writing voice, who's also the showrunner and co-star. So it's been her baby for almost 2 years now, and so I'm so excited that it's finally finding a home on Amazon Prime and beyond, which I'm super pumped to tell you about later. But essentially, it's a very sex positive conversation starter of a TV series. So it explores the various complexities of it's a female driven show,
Uh-huh.
but it talks about all types of modern day relationships and the complexities that arise from them without giving anything away.
Okay. And tell us a bit about your character and their motivation, maybe their agenda in the show.
Oh, Michael. I'm the free spirit. So the storyline, the 6 episode limited series at the moment focuses on three main characters, and I am the free spirit of the bunch. And let's just say I am very open
Oh, Jesus.
what it means to sugar coat all kinds of things, sugar daddy, sugar baby, sugar.
Okay.
I'm all about the sugar, you know
I
what I mean?
can see
So I
that
hope I don't
right
give
now.
anything away, but she's definitely fun and free spirited and open. There's heartbreak, there's a whole journey that she's going to take you on, but it's pure comedic gold. And
Uh,
to be honest with you, Michael, I'm so proud because comedy is my heart. I've actually, learned how to speak English from watching Cartoon Network, and
Oh.
Dumb and Dumber is my favorite comedy. So Canadian pride here, not even anywhere near the incredible talent that is Jim Carrey. But my comedic aspirations started very young, at a very young age. So I'm so proud to be a part of the show. It's genuinely raw and funny and a joy to just laugh at.
Yeah, when I saw, stills from it, I was thinking, "Oh, this is something else. This seems kinda interesting," and then I'm thinking maybe, like, the next time I was looking at it, I was like, "This is like a millennial Sex and the City."
So thank you for saying that.
Yeah,
It's so lovely that you're picking up on that from the limited stuff that's come out there.
yeah.
We have our American premiere tomorrow, and then Canada is going to get to see it in about a month, from what I hear. So I'll keep you posted. But the way that it was initially pitched to me, which I got immediately excited about, it's basically Sex in the City meets Friends.
Uh-huh.
Um, Three girls in the Big Apple exploring the complexity of relationships. But again, the thing that caught my attention is the cultural relevance. We live in a time when the landscape of our understanding about relationships and people and identity is changing and shifting. And I'm so proud, truly proud to be a part of that conversation. And that's what art does, like it
Oh, yeah.
genuinely opens your mind to think about the world in a different way. And I'm so excited that the show is finally, we shot this 2 years ago, Michael, if you can believe this.
Oh, wow.
It's been a bit of a journey,
Yeah.
to get this series out there, and it's finally happening in a really fun way. So I'm genuinely proud to be part of the conversation.
Very cool. And so what are audiences, including those at the Mayfair Theater tonight, in store with, your movie, The Path of Totality?
You're the best ever. Talk about polar opposites.
You
Wonderful, wonderful Ottawa friends and incredible audiences in Ottawa are going to take
Mm,
a peek at a brilliant psychological thriller called The Path of Totality,
mm.
that I'm genuinely super proud to be a part of. Very different project. It's a brilliant script written by Ottawa's very own Ian Driscoll.
That's right.
I honestly, as I read it, I couldn't put it down.
Wow.
It is so smart and so unique, and it feels inherently different from anything I've ever done.
Mm,
And working with our amazing director Sean Cisterna, who is a true storyteller, regardless of genre.
mm.
I was fortunate enough to actually do another very unique thriller with him earlier this year. But for Path, he was so open to ideas, and my character was actually brought in a bit late in the game. So they had shot the entire movie and then had added a very unique aspect.
Oh,
I don't want to give anything away, but decided to add a unique aspect that involved my character.
interesting.
And I was so genuinely honored that they
Mm.
were open to some Twin Peaksy influences
Okay.
brought into
Oh
it.
my God.
And I was bringing all these crazy ideas. And then, our amazing producer, Laurence Gendron and Sean Cisterna were like, okay, yeah, yeah, do that. And I was like, okay. So it just created this perfect storm of a really, really exciting, unique film, and so our partners at Level Film, I was so incredibly excited that they picked it up. And I think it's a pre-screen today and
Mm.
tomorrow in Ottawa. Woo! And then I have a feeling we're going to see it again soon, pretty soon.
Okay, and had you done a performance like this before? Was this what it was, if it was different or if it wasn't, what did you learn, in terms of performance from this project?
Wow, what a great question, Michael. I honestly think I learned to be fearless. I learned
Mm,
to think outside the box. um, because the greatest thing about working on a thriller, is that the aim is to make people feel and follow the story and be so engaged with the story in a unique and as profound of a way as possible, right? So
mm,
for me, bringing in some very unusual ideas to the table and have them be so well received, very focused and integrate it with what would work best for the story. When you're collaborating with a team of people that genuinely care about making the best possible film,
mm,
and that was the energy all around. Jonathan Kim, our lead, phenomenal actor, and he carries this entire like psychological thriller. It's about him. He literally, his character wakes up. Imagine this, right? Imagine you wake up in
uh-huh.
a dark cellar basement. You don't remember anything about how you got there or who you are.
Oh, wow.
Boom. Right? So, and your life is being threatened. Like you know, they're saying you're probably going to die at the end of
Uh-huh.
this is.
Mm,
So the concept of the movie was so unique, and so getting a chance to play outside the box, and truly be fearless with choices
right.
and have them be well received. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Ah.
sometimes you think of things creatively and you go, "Ooh, is that going to work?" And having the support, of the team saying, "Yeah, go for it. Let's see what happens. Like, why not?" was really refreshing and genuinely brave. So
Alright.
it was really fun, Michael.
I can tell. Would you say there's a therapeutic aspect of acting? How would you describe that part of it?
I have to tell you,
Yeah.
um, I love that you said that because for me personally, I always say acting saved my life,
Wow.
and I mean it in the sense that it helped me not only figure out who I am, but in a world where you can't control anything as a performer, like it
Mm,
gave me genuine idea of what it means to be human every step of the way and
mm,
what you're capable of, and psychologically understanding why we do what we do at various
mm,
phases in our life. So um, for me personally, this art form is therapeutic. However, um, there's a fine line between being engaged in art
Yeah.
and having it make you think, because those are the best projects, the projects that you walk away from and they stay with you, you think about them, right?
Right.
That's art. That's the value of art. It makes you think. But I don't want to take away from the practice of actual therapy, which
Right.
personally I'm a
Right.
big fan of, right? And I engage in, and I tell all my friends, like, go talk to someone in a, from a therapy standpoint, because all the art in the world is going to influence you and make you think. But I think it's really valuable to see that it's important to talk to a professional as well.
I appreciate the
Right,
caveat. I
for the
appreciate the caveat.
therapeutic benefits, right? Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That's good stuff. Is it ever hard to snap back to reality after being highly engaged with the role? What's that like?
I think it honestly depends on the role, Michael. I think
Mm-mm.
that some projects are a lot more involved as
Mm.
others, a lot more immersive as others. I personally, I'm a very detail oriented performer. I
Uh,
care deeply about all aspects of everything, down to what I'm wearing and, like, and why. So, so sometimes like I do a tremendous amount of research even before stepping on set.
Nice.
Oh, you know, and that's it's really fun, and I think it's really important. So, yeah, I think it's amazing. I think acting is such a team sport, that
Mm,
it's really important to be detail oriented and to care about those things.
nice. Is there are you watching something right now like a TV show or do you see a movie or is there a movie coming out that that you're either anticipating or have been enjoying?
My husband and I watch everything as much
Yeah,
as we
I
possibly
can see that.
can. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
In terms of TV specific, what are we obsessed with right now? We just wrapped up The Bear, which I think is an amazing talk about dark comedy. I
Uh-huh.
sometimes I look at that show and I'm like, I don't know if this is comedy. It's just very pure, raw, very unusual
Mm.
TV. We also watched an amazing TV show called The Curse. I don't know if you've heard about it.
I don't think I've heard of it. No.
Emma Stone.
Oh, okay.
God,
Right.
she's
Oh, I've heard about
great.
this one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Talk
yeah.
about being
Tell us about
great.
it.
Yeah, like from Poor Things to The Curse, like she's making some incredible moves and choices in her career, and I'm such a fan, because I mean, if you watch the show, it's very unusual. Like it breaks the mold of what, traditional TV, the format is. It's very uncomfortable. It's not one of those like you're not sitting down going like, "Ooh, yeah." So I guess we're fans of like very, things that move you. Like I love art that sort of like, makes you think about the world in a different way, like we were saying, but that also, you know, takes chances. Like we're living in a very exciting time in our industry
Mm.
where the landscape is shifting. The platforms that we're able to enjoy, you know, film and TV on are changing and growing. And, it's very cool to
Yeah.
watch people take chances, to watch studios take chances.
Oh, yeah.
Um, it's very exciting.
Oh, I saw you guys, watch The Zone of Interest. What did you think of that one?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I love the zone of interest. I think what see, talk about doing something different, right?
Oh,
A
yeah.
film that gives you a very different perspective on a very important topic,
Right.
right? And part of what I think is so powerful for that film in particular is that people connected to the actual events in a personal way will take something away from it. And the viewing audience, everyone can take something away from it. And I
Right.
guess to answer one of your previous questions, I
Uh,
think that that's what I love most about art,
oh,
you
yeah.
know, because everyone is going to watch it and connect or not connect with it in a more or less profound way, but it's those conversations that arise from what matters to you by watching something
Mm.
that's the value of the art. Like you go around and above and beyond the actual viewing experience, you have that very valuable thing to share or talk about that makes you think even further. And that's so powerful. The whole, I was so aware of this as a kid, the power of the visual medium. Like
Right.
that's why I wanted to work in film, because
Nice.
I learned English from watching cartoons. Like I
So
knew
cool.
an educator and
Right.
it's such a powerful communicator, the visual
Oh,
medium. So
absolutely. Well, and thanks so much for your time. It was lots of fun talking about your various projects, probably as a new monogamy, as well as the path of totality, but just gotta, shoot the yard and talking about the craft. It's lots of fun. Is my final question to you today is there a genre you haven't worked in that you'd like to try out?
wow, that's so great. You know what? My husband, his um heart is kind of entrenched in horror films,
Oh
and
yes.
traditionally I was always terrified, not
Right.
just of horror films, but like to do a really smart good horror film,
Oh yeah.
like um above and beyond the fact that I'm obsessed with period pieces, which I was lucky enough to already sort of dabble in, work in, which I would do at the drop of a hat.
And what was the project
Any
again?
kind of, pardon me.
I remember seeing that you were like a period dress. But what was the project called?
I worked on a television series called Rain, a couple
Oh,
years back now, but we're still
uh,
doing it's still doing the convention circuit, and the fan
nice.
base is just remarkable. And it's basically the 1400 story of Mary Queen of Scots,
Oh,
stemming from France, England, and Scotland, right? So all kind of worlds, three worlds colliding, and it was a brilliant CW show, and I was so lucky to be a part of it, and I had so much fun. Like it is so wonderful. Talk about immersing yourself, in a
right.
different time at the French court.
Oh
But so I would love to do anything, period. But like doing a really smart, good horror film. Horror is like comedy, right? It's like extremes.
yeah.
You have to hit the right balance because not
Mhm.
everyone has the same definition of what's funny and what's not, and likewise, everyone gets a different feeling, a different scare, and a different vibe from horror films. So I actually admire horror filmmakers. A good horror filmmaking
Mhm.
is or good comedies are hard to come by sometimes. So any one of those genres, just throw them at me, Michael. If you know someone.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for your time. I really appreciate it.
You're an absolute gem. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for your time. Mwah.
Oh.